So, ladies and gentlemen, I've got some bad news. This week, Bax Consulting, which is my e-commerce and info product marketing agency, actually lost a $6,100 per month client. And in this video, I'm gonna detail why we lost them, how we lost them, what happened, and kind of what you need to look for and kind of be prepared for almost within running your own agency. Now, as always, try and bring as much value as possible to you guys on this channel and try to be as transparent as possible as well. You know, I talk about my successes, but I also want to make sure that I talk about my failures because they do happen. And, I want to talk about them so that when they happen to you, which is inevitable, it's going to happen. You know, that's just the nature of running businesses. You know, so just I want to talk about mine so that, as I say, when yours come, you're not as kind of frazzled, you're not as emotional about it, and you understand that it's part of the process. So that's kind of the main goal of this video. It's not going to be very long, but make sure you go ahead and smash the like button and subscribe to the channel. Massively helps out with the YouTube algorithm. So with that being said, let's jump straight into the video. So as I say, lost a pretty hefty client. I mean, it's not the biggest client in the world, but you know, it's $6,100 per month. It's a good size, you know, it's a good size client. And as I say, I want to talk about what happened and really why we lost them overall. So the worst thing about this situation is that we couldn't have done anything different. See, when running an agency or any type of business, to be honest, usually you'll have failures, right? And the good thing about them is that you can learn from them. And I know it's very, very typical saying it's not a loss, it's a learn, or you can learn from your failures, don't worry about it. But honestly, it's very, very true. Like, you guys know I talk a lot about evolving as an agency owner. And for me, to be honest, the reason why somebody's at 50,000 and somebody else is at 500,000 a month, the only reason really why is just because one's evolved more than the other. And failures can really fuel evolution, because what happens when you fail is that you're able to learn, you're able to take away something from it, which you can then apply to your next approach, which means you've evolved, right? And this situation, there's nothing to evolve from, there's nothing to learn from. And that's the real kind of kick in the gut that I really felt this week, right? You know, I've lost clients in the past, but I was able to learn. And next time I was able to apply my learnings and I was more successful. I didn't fail the next time. Whereas this client, you know, basically what happened is they left. And the reason being is because they brought it in-house. Now, this is what I said at the start of the video. I said, I want to prepare you. And the reason I want to prepare you is because this is going to be the main reason clients leave you when results are going really well. You're going to have a couple of clients where they leave you for no reason, like you're getting amazing results. I speak to a lot of students of the community of the Quantum Leap Ecom Agency program, and you know, a couple of students have had clients leave and they're getting like 20 ROAS, they're getting 15 ROAS. I've had a client leave before in the past where we were spending around 1,500 a day, info product, 1,500 a day, and we're averaging around a 6 ROAS every single day, and it was an info product client, and they left, and that was just, it's another situation. But this client left very, very happily in terms of the service. You know, there was no kind of personal feelings there, or you know, there was nothing like that. There was nothing personal about it. It's just that they wanted to bring marketing in-house. Reason being is because technically, if a business brings marketing in-house and they pay an employee, it's actually going to be cheaper than what it would be to hire your agency, given that you're kind of the little bit higher than like your first client for 1,000 a month or whatever, right? If it's your first client and it's like, you know, you're charging 1,000 a month or whatever, that's perfectly fine. But when you start charging 6,000 a month, for example, in my case, or even higher, 10,000 a month, 15,000 a month, they'll be able to bring an employee on board for like 3-4K a month. So from a business standpoint, it makes sense for them to bring that employee on board. Instead of paying you 10,000 a month, they pay 3,000 a month, for example. Now, here's where I think a lot of businesses don't really realize how hard it actually is to generate results and kind of what actually goes in behind the scenes to generating the results, right? A lot of the times you'll find that clients look at the results you get and they'll be like, oh, well, yeah, you're running ads, you're doing this and that. Well, I can just bring an employee on board for 3K a month instead of 9K a month, and they can kind of just take over what you're currently doing. And while that will work for 2 weeks, maybe even 2 months, right? Because when you launch an ad, if you've got a winning ad, if you've got for example, if you got like 3 winning ads in one ad account, that ad account will be pretty much set on those 3 winning ads. But the problem is, and this is what a lot of people kind of fail to realize, is that those ads are going to die out. Those audiences that are killing it right now, it's going to die out. That's what audience fatigue is. That's what ad fatigue is. And so the problem then comes is, what happens at that point? Is this new employee able to come up with those ideas that warranted those initial winning ads? Right? Because that's what really marketing is all about. It's coming up with these ideas that, these ideas where you put this and this with this audience all together and it wins, right? It's a winning combo. Once you got a couple of those in an ad account kills it, right? So those winning ads was stemmed from years of experience in the marketing industry. For example, with me, right? Like, we've got a multitude of clients right now, and we're able to see what's working, what isn't, and what not. Whereas if they just bring an employee on board who doesn't have that experience, who can't produce the same level of results, I mean, yeah, they may be saving $5,000 a month, but their results have drastically decreased. Now they're only breaking even, so now they're probably lost, they've lost even more than that. Okay, so as I said, that's the one problem that you'll run into with your agency, is that clients will leave you. Given that you're producing amazing results, everything's on point. I mean, this client, when they left us, literally told us he was super happy with everything. The results were amazing, the communication he really liked, the systems and the processes and the ideas that we were routinely shooting his way, and all this type of stuff. Like, he had no bad things to say, right? But he still left, and that's just the nature of what happens. Now, the main thing that I want you to take away from this video, as I say, it's not going to be a long video, 10 minutes maybe. I just wanted to be very transparent with you guys and let you know kind of what's going on within my agency right now and whatnot. And that's just what happened this week. I thought I'd do a video to show you that it does happen. Clients do leave at whatever level you're at, right? And this was one of those instances that is really, really annoying. I would have rather a client left because we weren't doing something good, right? I'd rather that happen, because then, as I say, I can see what was wrong with it and then I could have made it better for next time, right? I would rather that happen, but in this case, everything was amazing. The client was super happy, and yeah, obviously he's still left, which is, it's annoying. But as I mentioned, the main thing I want you to take away from this video is that you need to make sure that your pipeline is full. Okay, that's the main thing that you need to take away from it. It's the most important thing, because if you're, for example, if you're running an agency right now, you've got one client, and that client was, for example, my client, right? $6,100 a month. You're making pretty good money, right? $6,000 a month, you'll be able to live off of that. That's better than probably majority of jobs will pay. And if you're in the mindset of like, oh, it's fine, making $6,000 a month, or even like, $15,000 a month, right? You've got a couple clients, and one client's worth $6,000, you can't get into that idea of like, oh, it's fine because results are amazing, client's super happy. I mean, yes, it's going to secure them, but it doesn't mean to say that they're guaranteed to stay until results go bad, right? Because as I say, in this case, everything was amazing, he was super happy, but he still left. And that really shows you just how important it is to keep your pipeline full, to keep making sure that you're on top of outreach, you're on top of inbound. Even, if you're in Centurion agency, you keep on top of your ads, you make sure that your ads are still churning out at the highest possible level, right? It's so important, because a client can just drop like that. 2 clients can drop like that, right? I've had that happen in the past as well, where 2 clients dropped within the space of a couple days. And so, if you're at 20K a month, 2 clients of that is worth 10K a month, right? 2 clients make up 10K a month. Those 2 clients drop. Now your income is over halved in your monthly recurring income. And so if you've got nothing to fuel those spots, it's going to be very, very tough. Okay, so you need to make sure that you never get complacent with your outreach and your client acquisition overall, whether it's outreach or inbound, whatever, despite how good your results are for your clients. That's the main key thing that I want you to take away from this video. But yeah, not the best feeling, but because the pipeline is full, it's not a big deal. I'm not too bothered. I know that obviously our service is amazing. He literally told us that. So yeah, overall, kind of sucks, but at the end of the day, this stuff happens, and you need to make sure that you've got fail safes in place, right? So that when these things do happen, because it will happen, unfortunately, you don't take a hit, or it's not as big of a hit as it may actually seem from face value, right? So yeah, overall, just wanted to keep you guys updated. That's what happened, but we keep moving forward, and I highly recommend you guys do the same. So yeah, with that being said, I hope you kind of enjoyed this video, bit of a different style, but yeah, as always, if you did enjoy, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you in the next video.